be real, building an inventory is probably the most daunting part of doing a craft show. As much as we want to just crochet all day, every day, that's probably not most of our realities. Life is crazy, life is busy, and what I've noticed is most of the overwhelm that I get from doing craft shows is not feeling like I brought enough inventory to sell. But after years of doing craft shows and being able to pursue this full time, I have learned so much. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my exact strategy on how to prep for your next market. I promise at the end of this video, you're going to feel like a market prep master. Hey makers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Camryn. I run a crochet boutique called Camryn's Cute Creations. I sell at craft shows full time, and here on YouTube, I love being able to help you run your crochet business. So if you're wanting to grow your crochet business and you want a new crochet bestie, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below. Join us here because I post a new video every single Friday. Okay, today I'm just gonna make your life a lot easier, okay? If you sign up for a craft show and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to make, I'm freaking out, I don't have enough time, I'm lost for words. I don't even know what's going on. Trust me, I've been there, and in today's video, I'm here to relieve some of that anxiety. So, take a deep breath. You're in a safe space. Might as well work on your inventory while you're watching this. Grab your current whip, and let's hang out in today's video. I have a huge craft show coming up in June, and I feel like I'm doing my first craft show all over again because this is an event I've never done, and it's actually one of the most expensive fees I've ever paid for a market, and the anxiety is bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what's gonna sell. And it almost feels like I'm starting from scratch. I'll be using my personal market coming up in June as an example of how you can actually use this strategy for your markets as well. So let's just get right into it. How are we feeling about the ponytail today? I don't really wear ponytails very often. First things first, let's decide on a general theme for the market. This is gonna help us decide on what products we're even going to offer. I usually have a general theme I stick to, but sometimes I'll make it a little more specific to the event. For example, the market I have coming up, I have attended as a customer, and a lot of the vendors have a farmhouse type of style, very modern, very cute, like a farmhouse chic kind of look to it. So that is kind of my vibe going into it. I have some farmhouse options that I offer mostly in fall, and I'm thinking about bringing them just because it's June, but fall is the next season, so I might sell some. Plus, this event is called Farm Chicks, and I thought it would be so cute to make some little chicken snugglers to bring to this event. So that's definitely on the list of things I want to make for it. And along with that, I want to make a ton of my baby items because these sell well for me all year. I talk about this all the time over on my Instagram page. By the way, if we're not friends on Instagram yet, we should be friends because I pretty much hang out on there like all day, every day. Anyways, I talk about this all the time. Spring and summer shows are actually my off season. So my on season is fall and winter, but I'll still do some shows throughout the year. But with this event, I really want to focus on my baby stuff because this tends to sell for me all year round, even during my off season. So that's one of the main things I want to prep. And for you want to look at your event. You want to see if there's anything specifically happening in the season. So maybe it's a fall event. So maybe you want to do a ton of pumpkins, something like that. You want to see if there's a general theme of the event. Maybe it's an underwater, what am I even saying? I'm just coming up with fun events. So maybe this event you have coming up is really directed towards kids. In that case, make a lot of fun kid stuff. Amigurumi toys and plushies because you're gonna sell the heck out of them. So doing some research of your event before determining what you're going to make is gonna give you a better idea of what to prep for that specific event. My initial base inventory almost always stays the same, but if it's a season or if it's a special event, I do like to add in extra fun stuff. Like in this event, I'm gonna add in some chicken snugglers because it's called Farm Chicks, chickens. It's cute, it's like a farmhouse vibe. I think they're gonna be super cute. Anyways, moving on to our next step. Let's make our sales goal. And I actually like making 3 different sales goals. This helps me because it's really hard to know what to expect from markets, especially if you haven't done this market before. Like I said, this is my first time doing my market I have coming up, and I have no idea what is going to sell, how much I'm going to sell, no idea. If you do the same events every year, you have a better idea of what's a good day there, what's a bad day there, or kind of your average of what you're going to make there. But if you've never done the event before, you're like, How in the world am I supposed to make a goal for an event I've never done before? I don't know. So what I like to do is I like to make 3 different goals. I like to make a good goal. And my good goal is literally like the bare minimum. I'd be happy with this. I would be really excited if I made this much at this market. The next goal up, I call a better goal. And this is a goal where you would be like, yes, I just killed it at this market. I'm doing amazing. What is my next market? I'm gonna go sign up like literally right now. You're probably gonna treat yourself to dinner after you meet that goal. And honestly, you might splurge on yarn the next day. You probably are. You just made like good money and you're like, yeah, I need more yarn, like now. The highest goal I like to call the best goal. So I usually throw out some crazy number for this one. This one's more for fun. Shoot for the stars, my friends, on your best goal. You don't want to cap yourself out somewhere low. You know, I just throw something fun out there. It's really hard to determine, even if you have done the show before, how much you're actually gonna make, but setting a goal in general, even if you don't reach it, is gonna help you track your progress, plus it's gonna help you stay motivated while prepping. This is all just gonna depend on you, your event, how long the event is. If it's an event you've done before, you probably have a better idea of how much you want to make at it as a goal, but if you've never done an event before, or you've never done that event before, like my event coming up, I have no idea how much I'm gonna be able to make. I'm just gonna throw out as an example, I want to make $2,000 at this event, which I think would be totally worth my time. So I want to make at least $2,000. That's my good goal. As far as better and best, that's totally up to you. We're going to be using our good goal when we plan how much inventory we want to make for our market. So for our inventory goal, all we want to do is take our good goal and times it by 2. So if I want to sell $2,000 worth of stuff, I need to make an inventory of at least $4,000 worth of stuff, which I know sounds like a lot, but in our next step, we are going over a rough timeline. So how long do we have to prep? I need to prep $4,000 worth of stuff. Well, hey, I actually already have $2,000 worth of stuff prepped. I have 10 weeks. I really don't need to prep $4,000 because I already have $2,000 worth of inventory already prepped. I really only need to prep $2,000 more, which sounds like a lot, but I have 10 weeks to do it. So once you've determined your sales goal, once you've determined your inventory goal, and then you've determined how long you have to do it, now we're gonna break it down into small, manageable, doable steps so you can actually get more done and therefore make more money at your market. I'm taking out my chunky calculator to do some calculations here. We've determined that my goal is to make $2,000, which means I need $4,000 worth of inventory. But we've also determined that I already had $2,000 worth of inventory made, so I need to prep $2,000 worth of inventory in 10 weeks. And I really don't need a calculator for this, but it's so cute. 2,000 divided by 10 is 200, and I knew that. Okay, I didn't need a calculator for that. I have 10 weeks to prep $2,000 worth of inventory. I need to prep $200 worth of inventory a week leading up to my market. Now that we know how much to make each week, we need to make $200 worth of inventory each week. Let's determine how much we need to make each day, because breaking up a huge task like market prepping into smaller, more manageable tasks is gonna help you stay so on top of it. It's gonna help you stay motivated, and you're gonna feel so good moving into your next market. And it's actually proven that if you have a plan, you are way more productive and you can make a lot more money. Fast car. It's actually proven if you have a plan, it increases your productivity by a lot. So it's really important to plan all of this out. You don't have to plan exactly what you're making each day, but the smaller the steps you could break it up into, the more likely you're going to be able to stick with it and stay motivated building inventory for your next market to hit your goals. So we're going to take 200, which is how much we need to make in inventory each week, and we're going to divide that by 7 days of the week. So that is about $29 worth of inventory a day. This really isn't that much that I have to make every day leading up to my event. I only have the one market coming up. I'm not super concerned about this. $28 worth of inventory. That's one baby hat. You know, that's that's about 5 or 6 scrunchies a day. And when I can whip those up in 5 minutes, that's not a lot of time at all that I had to spend prepping for my market, to meet my goal. It gets a little bit trickier when you're prepping for an entire season. I get a lot of questions over on Instagram. What if I have multiple markets back to back? Most of my markets during my busy season are every single weekend. So there's a ton of them back to back. You don't have a lot of time in between these markets to prep more inventory. So you would make a goal for that whole season or that whole month and prep enough for that month ahead of time that you can reach your goals. Again, you make your goal, then you times that by 2 to determine how much inventory you should prep for those markets. The next step is to write all of this information down into a written plan. I don't know about you, but when I get stuff written down, a plan written down, it relieves so much anxiety. So being able to determine this plan, something that you can stick to, writing it down, having it there, it's gonna make you feel like you're so on top of the game and you're getting so ready for your upcoming market. I actually just launched today my market prep planner. It's a digital product that I'm selling on my website. It's for sale right now. If you wanna go check it out, check out the link in my description. Literally designed for you to make a plan leading up to your next markets in order to make the most products and make the most at your market. It includes pages like market research, product research, inventory planning, expense tracking, sales tracking. It even has a pricing worksheet. Plus it also has all the pages that you would expect out of a planner, like the yearly, the monthly, and the weekly spreads in order to help you stay organized in your market prep journey. This is the market prep planner for sale on my website. If you need a place to write down your whole plan, this planner is literally designed to help you make a market prep plan, relieve some of that anxiety, save you time while prepping, and helping you make way more money at your next show. So this is a digital planner, which means that you can use it digitally or you can print it out yourself to use. That's what I like to do. I like to write things down by hand. It helps me just feel a lot more put together, and that's what I do. I print it out in a binder. So be sure to get your hands on that digital planner in the link in the description. There's a few more things I wanted to mention, and it's to give yourself grace and to celebrate the little wins. Now, I know building an inventory is super overwhelming. Even if you make these high goals and you can't quite reach them, it's totally okay. You're only one person. You can only physically make so much. I'm here to show up and share strategies and resources that have worked for me so that you have a better understanding on how to make more money at your markets. But please, please, please don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself grace and be sure to celebrate those little wins. I want you to know that I see you. I know how hard it is to fit in prepping for your inventory into your already busy life, but I hope with today's video and the strategies I shared and with resources like the market prep planner I have on my website that I was able to help you today with planning for your next market. Enjoy market prepping, my friends. I can't wait to see all the items you make for your next event. Be sure to share them with me over on Instagram. I love talking with you over there. And as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to keep hanging out with me here on YouTube, I would love to keep hanging out. So check out this video next. If you love this video, I think you're really going to like this one. So check out this video next, and I will see you, my friend, in this video right here. Bye.